Well, you were sharing it last
Everybody, I'd like to call this meeting to order and welcome everybody to the August 19th, 2026 City of Henderson Board of Zoning Adjustment Hearing. Angel, may I get a roll call, please?
Mac Arnold,
Here.
Michelle Chappelle,
Here.
Rob Turney,
Here for once.
Tara Hunter,
here.
and John Stroud.
Here.
Okay, Mr. Davis, do you promise to tell the truth tonight?
I do.
Thank you so much. Mr. Davis, our first appeal, Appeal 3556, will you bring that to our attention, please?
Certainly. Proposed Appeal 3556 is submitted by Abby and Justin Johnson for the property located at 216 Highland Drive. The applicant is requesting an 8-foot side yard setback variance for a garage and carport addition pursuant to Article 27, Schedule of Regulations, Schedule A, Appendix A, Zoning Code, City of Henderson, Kentucky. This property is zoned R2. Notices were sent to surrounding neighbors. We did receive a call concerning this appeal. They wanted to verify that they were putting a garage and a carport onto the property. The variance worksheet states that there are special circumstances for this particular lot that make it different from other lots in the same zone. The property has an existing detached garage built along established side and rear lines before the adjoining alley was closed and added to the property. The proposed garage will extend only toward the front while keeping the same alignment. An 8-foot setback would greatly reduce the usable building area. Strict application of the provisions of the zoning ordinances impose an unnecessary hardship on the applicant or deprive the applicant of reasonable use of the land. The lot was platted and built on prior to the adoption of the zoning ordinance. The existing structure does not meet the current setbacks, and the proposed addition is a reasonable and expected use of the property. Special circumstances they state in the worksheet are: the granting of the variance will not affect public health, safety, or welfare in that the garage will meet current building, fire, drainage, and permit requirements. It will remain on my property, will not block access or utilities, and will extend toward the front rather than closer to adjoining properties. The granting of the variance will not alter the essential character of the general vicinity in that a detached garage already exists on this location, and similar accessory buildings are common nearby. The replacement will keep the same side and rear alignment and remain consistent with the residential character of the area. The granting of the variance will not cause a hazard or nuisance to the public in that the garage will remain entirely on my property and comply with building, fire, drainage, and lighting requirements. It will not create unusual traffic, noise, access problems, or conditions beyond normal residential use. The granting of the variance will not allow an unreasonable circumvention of the zoning ordinance in that the request is limited to the setback relief needed to replace and enlarge the existing garage. It keeps the same side and rear alignment, extends only toward the front, and does not change the property's residential use. Staff has reviewed the request for the variance and submit the request to the board for its consideration and action.
Does this board have any questions for Mr. Davis? Any questions for Mr. Davis? If there are no questions for Mr. Davis, I would like to invite the applicant to the podium and sign in with your name and address, please.
Is there not a pen up there?
No, sir.
Would you please state your name?
Sure. My name is Justin Johnston.
Mr. Johnston, do you promise to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Would you like to also sign in? Will you be responding?
No.
Okay, if you're not going to be responding, that's okay. Does this board have any questions for Mr. Johnston? Any questions? Mr. Johnston, is there anything that you would like to add to Mr. Davis's testimony?
No, sir, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Thank you
Any
for your
questions?
consideration.
Any questions? One of the things that we look at is to make sure that the guttering and the rainfall is contained on your property. Are you going to have gutters and downspouts?
Yes.
Okay, are they going to be aimed to be basically maintained to your property?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's a nice-looking house. It looks like it's going to be a good project. Any other questions for Mr. Davis? Or Mr. Davis? Mr. Johnston? If there are no other questions for Mr. Johnston, you may be seated.
Thank you.
Is there anybody here to speak for or against Appeal 3556? Is there anybody here to speak for or against Appeal 3556? If there is nobody here to speak for or against Appeal 3556, I will close the open forum and ask for a motion.
May I add something before you do?
Yes.
I want to remind Mr. Johnson that because this is on a zero lot line, it will have to be a fire-rated structure. Okay? All right. And you will have to have a maintenance agreement with your neighbors saying that you can access the structure from their property. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Davis.
Sure.
Was there not enough room between the two? I was thinking there was an old alleyway that was,
No, the alley
Closed in there.
the alley was closed to accommodate for the construction of the new building.
okay, when they
Yeah.
built it originally.
So the actual existing garage was extending into the alley.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Has that ever been consolidated, or was?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
It went before planning commission and was
Okay.
closed, and you were given the remainder. Yeah.
If I may, Mr. Johnson, can you reapproach the podium and answer that question?
Yes.
We need to get it on
Sure.
tape. Can you re-ask?
So the alley was closed.
Yes, sir.
You were given a portion of the alley,
Correct.
and it was consolidated to your lot.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Davis. Thank you, Mr. Johnston. Is there any further discussion that might involve Mr. Johnston?
Just the fact that he'll need to bring the easement, or a copy of the executed easement for maintenance up to you.
Absolutely. That'd be on file with us,
So that'll be a condition
Yes.
on
probably on this.
On the
variance.
Okay.
Okay. Remind me if I make a motion that I need to.
Okay.
We may just let you do it.
Oh, man.
If there is no further discussion, I would entertain a motion, please.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we grant appeal number 3556 for an 8-foot side yard setback variance to build a garage and a carport addition to the existing home with the removal of the other one. Property is located at 216 Highland Drive. The findings that I'm basing this on is that the existing lot was platted and built on prior to the adoption of the zoning ordinance. Although we haven't quite heard evidence of that, I know that through my studies in the real estate business in that area. And that a copy of an executed document for maintenance on the zero lot line be presented to the codes department, and that all construction be applicable to all state requirements for zero lot lines. And that the granting of the variance will not affect the public health, safety, or welfare, and that the garage will meet all current building, fire, damage, and permit requirements. It will remain on the property and will not block access to utilities, and will extend towards the front rather than closer to the adjoining properties. The granting of variance will not alter the essential character of the general vicinity in that a detached garage already exists in the location, and similar accessory buildings are common nearby. The replacement will keep the same side and rear alignment and remain consistent with the residential character of the area. And the granting of the variance will not cause a hazard or nuisance to the public, and that the garage will remain entirely on their property and comply with building, fire, damage, lighting requirements, and it will not create unusual traffic noise, access problems, or conditions beyond normal residential use. And the granting of the variance will not alter will not allow an unreasonable circumvention of the zoning ordinance, and that the request is limited to the setback relief needed to replace and enlarge the existing garage, and in keeping with the same side and rear alignment, extends only towards the front and does not change the property's residential use. And increase in size is just the increase in size. It is not an increase in non-conforming use.
Second.
Angel, may I get a vote, please?
Discussion.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes. Is there any further discussion among this board for the motion? Any further discussion among this board? If there is no further discussion, I will ask for a vote. Angel?
Mac Arnold.
Yes.
Michelle Chappelle.
Yes.
Tara Hunter.
Yes.
John Stroud.
Yes.
Mr. Johnson, Appeal 3556 has been granted in your favor. Please be aware of some of the discussions here. Just get with Steve Davis at your convenience to make sure that we have our I's dotted and T's crossed. Thank you very much for your time. Mr. Davis, our next appeal, 3557, will you bring that to our attention?
Yes. Appeal 3557 is submitted by Chapel Hill Church of Henderson, Kentucky, for the property located at 985 Bend Gate Road. The applicant is requesting a 5-foot side yard setback variance for a new lot with existing house pursuant to Article 27, Schedule of Regulations, Schedule A, Appendix A, Zoning Code, City of Henderson, Kentucky. The property is zoned R2. Notices were sent to surrounding neighbors. We did receive a call from the applicant to see if the neighbors needed to be notified, so that was cleared up, I believe. The variance worksheet states that there are special circumstances for this particular lot that make it different from other lots in the same zone. An existing retaining wall from the church parking lot is located 3.4 feet from the house. Strict application of the provisions of the zoning ordinances impose an unnecessary hardship on the applicant or deprive the applicant of reasonable use of the land. Creating a new lot line 8 feet from the house would be in the parking lot. Special circumstances, they state in their worksheet are, the granting of the variance will not affect public health, safety, or welfare in that the existing conditions will not change. The granting of the variance will not alter the essential character of the general vicinity in that the house, retaining wall, and parking lot already exist. The granting of the variance will not cause a hazard or nuisance to the public in that no change to existing conditions. The granting of the variance will not allow an unreasonable circumvention of the zoning ordinance in that all improvements already exist. Staff has reviewed the request for a variance and submit the request for the board's consideration and action. I will give you the background here is that the church subdivided the residential property that was a parsonage and are selling that to someone else. It has been rezoned. It is now R2 from general business, I believe.
Not R2 yet. It's not R2 yet.
Oh, it's in process of, okay.
It is, but I would think that,
That's one of the subject to.
yeah, it's one of the subject.
Subject to this,
that,
okay,
yeah.
right. So that is the background.
Okay. Does this board have any questions for Mr. Davis?
I guess my only question would actually be towards Dawn. And I think it's kind of a loaded question. I don't know if you can answer it. Can we create a substandard lot? Can we do this?
Is it substandard or is it
Or is it
non-conforming?
non-conforming,
It's
yeah.
not substandard because it meets,
That's why I use that word. So
right. It's got a substandard lot. Your
Okay.
question is, can you make a non-conforming lot?
Mhm.
And so, and it's not really, it's non-conforming in its use, not in, you know.
Not in the, oh, you're, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other further questions? Any other further questions? If there are no other questions, I would like to call the applicant or applicant's representative to the podium and sign in with your name and address, please.
Okay.
Please state your name.
Steve Raleigh.
Mr. Raleigh, do you promise to tell the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Mr. Raleigh, what's you're representing Chapel Hill Church. What's your position in
I'm the
representing?
senior elder.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Raleigh. Does this board, Mr. Raleigh, is there anything you would like to add to Mr. Davis's testimony?
Just that the reason for this is that when the parking lot and the retaining wall were built, the church had no plans to ever sell this property. Since that time, it has become, you might say, surplus property, and we do need to sell it. And we felt like it was appropriate that we retain ownership of the retaining wall. And unfortunately, the retaining wall is unusually close to the corner of the house, so that's why we're asking for this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Are there any questions for Mr. Raleigh?
Steve, with it being so unusually close to the house, is that back corner of the house, is that a bedroom?
Mr. Jones?
That is a dining room and the living room in that
Okay.
front corner in the back.
Okay. I was more afraid if it was a bedroom with the difference in elevation and everything, that there was actually no protection for the house in the parking lot in case, as we get older, sometimes our feet slip off the brake and onto the gas. I didn't know if y'all would entertain possibility of putting some bollards up there for protection of the house, and they would probably need to go in the parking lot. Just some,
Okay.
because I think the way the house is angled, it gets back to 8 foot pretty quick. It's probably only 5 foot, what, Steve?
The actual paving is farther than 8 feet from the
Yeah,
house.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
the retaining
But the
wall, and then
retaining
there's
wall
a
is
gravel
there.
strip.
Yeah, but it still bothered me, and it really bothered me that we didn't catch it years ago, but you still own both properties, so it didn't really
Exactly.
matter.
Exactly.
But that would be my only concern, is
And you
it's,
can make that a condition.
yeah, it's some type of safety barrier. It doesn't have to be steel bollards, those are the least obtrusive, but something go up. A wooden fence isn't gonna do it, but
What length are you talking about?
just 2 or 3 parking places, I think, would be enough.
A bollard is basically a steel pole embedded into the ground about 3 feet above ground level.
I'm familiar with that.
Okay.
Just-
Yeah. Are you
Just
talking
Steve-
about a horizontal pipe
No,
also?
no, no,
Just-
no, no, no,
Just a
like
vertical?
A
Okay.
vertical and John, I don't want to speak on your behalf, but you're talking about a vertical bollard,
Yeah, yeah.
like in front of 2 or 3 parking places.
So say 3 bollards, and the 3 parking places closest to the corner of the house.
Yeah.
Well, I think it would be, I don't want to speak to
Yeah.
you, but I think it would be anywhere that you need this variance.
Yeah, anywhere
Yeah,
you need the
anywhere
variance.
you need, so
That you-
where
I'm
it's
sorry, that
less
you need
than
what?
8 feet.
Anywhere you need the variance to be 8 feet away,
Well, the
Yeah.
variance is just at the corner.
yeah.
Only at the corner
I
of the
would say
house.
3 to 4 parking places, maybe 3 to 4 bollards.
Yeah.
And
If
that's,
it's required, we would do it.
okay. I mean, they're not obtrusive, they're not ugly looking or anything. I don't think it'll detract from the homeowners either,
Do you have any objections to us doing that?
It won't be on your property, it'll be on
No, I
theirs.
realize, sorry. I don't think,
I need you to sign in with your name and address, please.
And the reason I say this is we have to look after things in the future, not in the present.
Understand?
And we've seen a lot of these
Depend.
things happen where houses are below roadways, and it'll never happen, but it does. And you,
Understand
Steve,
completely.
you have to.
I've seen things like that happen.
Please state your name.
George Jukna, I reside at 985 Ben Gate Road.
Okay, your last name is
Jukna, Jukna.
Jukna?
Jukna, yeah,
Mr. Jukna, do you promise to tell the truth?
I swear.
Thank you so much. What would you like to add, please?
I was just going to say that we do like the, some kind of protection because of the fact that it is so, the parking lot is close. And it's not just somebody who an elder person who may hit the gas or something, but also if we have ice conditions, I've seen people slide right across. So, we definitely would like to have something dealt with on that aspect. and we'll discuss later, I mean, a bollard is nice, but we're looking out that window and we're gonna see bollards, right? So, like I said, we talked before about maybe you can make some kind of a deal with fencing or, you know,
Well,
we'll have to see.
We discussed that, we were not
Yeah.
willing to bear
Yeah,
the cost of the
but-
fence, but.
But how much is bollard gonna cost? That's a question too, right? So,
I-
yeah, so I mean, it's
Not
something
that
we can
expensive.
discuss
They're-
too.
They're a 4-inch pipe filled with concrete embedded in
Right,
concrete.
yeah, it's just looking out the window, that's what you're gonna see,
I
right? So,
understand,
yeah.
so that's up to the board.
Okay. Yeah, we can define what needs to go up there, either on a very tight basis or on a very loose basis. So I'll leave that up to John as far as his
To
motion.
me, past the bollard is up to y'all. I mean, it's, if you want to do fencing, if y'all split the cost on a wooden fence or whatever, after the bollards are put up, that's up to y'all. I'm just looking for the protection. A wooden fence will not stop a car from sliding down through the ice.
Understand.
I
Will not.
want something to
So
stop
we could
the
put a whole
car.
bunch of oak trees all the way along, you know, but.
Yeah,
That'd
that
take a
would,
while.
but that'd take up their parking lot.
But as far as, you know, just a 1,000-foot level, it seems to me that a bollard or a handful of bollards, 2 or 3 bollards, would be a lot less expensive than trying to put up a guardrail or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, the guardrail's not, it's pretty obtrusive looking
Yeah.
too, you know, it's not residential in nature, so. That's the only question, the only problem that I saw with it, and I just want to make sure that you know you're getting a permanent easement in your front yard too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. We understand, we've had that
One of
discussion.
them.
Yeah. Well, the front yard is, the church is taking care of that,
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
I
Okay.
didn't have anything else.
If you're good, you can be seated.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Raleigh, if you'll reapproach the podium. Does this board have any additional questions for Mr. Raleigh? Any additional questions? If there are no additional questions, Mr. Raleigh, you may be seated.
Thank you.
Is there anybody here that would like to speak for or against Appeal 3557? Anybody here to speak for or against Appeal 3557? If there is nobody here to speak for or against Appeal 3557, I will close the open forum and ask for a motion, please. Why are you laughing, John?
I was waiting for Mac to come in.
I was sitting there studying that.
Matt just texted me and said, John's got this.
You've been talking it all out. He had more concept of what you want.
Oh, man. I will move that we grant a 5-foot side yard variance to create a new lot with an existing home on 985 Bengate Road. And this is Appeal 3557. Subject to 3 to 4 bollards, let's say 4, in the parking places closest to the 3-foot, on either side of the 3-foot, probably the middle of the parking places, be placed on the church side of the retaining wall, and that the new lots be subject to the final rezoning by the city of the property back to residential 2. And based on the fact that, struggling with this one, but, the creation of new housing only helps our current market situation with the number of houses which are available in the city of Henderson, and that the granting of the variance will not affect the public health, safety, or welfare, and that the existing conditions will not change, tongue-tied today,
And you're providing additional safety,
and providing what?
additional safety.
Oh, and that we're providing additional safety to the structure, existing structure by placement of the bollards. The granting of the variance will not alter the essential character of the general vicinity, and that the house and the retaining wall and parking lot already exist. The granting of variance will not cause a hazard or nuisance to the public in that no change to the existing conditions other than the addition of the bollards. The granting of the variance will not allow an unreasonable circumvention of the zoning ordinance in that all improvements already exist.
May I get a second?
Second.
Anybody willing to add anything?
Is there any further discussion concerning this motion? If there is no further discussion concerning this motion, Angel, may we get a vote?
Mac Arnold,
Yes.
Michelle Chappelle,
Yes.
Tara Hunter,
Yes.
John Stroud.
Yes.
Mr. Raleigh, Appeal 3557 has been granted in your favor. Please get with Mr. Steve Davis for the conditions to make sure that you understand them and that they do get implemented. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Is there any further business to come before this board? Any further business to come before this board? Huh?
Are there minutes, anything to prove?
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Okay, all right.
If there are no other, if there is no other business to come before this board, I will ask for a motion for the July meeting minutes.
So move.
May I get a second?
Second.
Angel, may we get a vote?
Mac Arnold,
Yes.
Michelle Chappelle,
Yes.
Rob Turney,
Yes.
Tara Hunter,
Yes.
and John Stroud.
Yes.
May I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll move.
I'm having so much fun. I hate to do that.
Terry guy.
Okay.
I'll move to
May I
adjourn.
get a second?
Second.